life in layouts. Thanks for joining me for another process video. Today I'm going to be documenting my nephew's birthday that we celebrated at Epcot, and I am using this Carta paper. It's a celebration. So I am just looking through the paper, and I have a ton of this paper. I love the weight of this paper. It's very thick pattern paper, and it's also textured pattern paper. So I really like it. And now that I have picked out the pattern papers that I plan to use, I definitely wanted to use that music paper. It has the words, or it's actually the song Happy Birthday to You. And once I cut it out, I decided that I wanted to span it across both sides of the layout twice instead of just once. So I cut it in half again. And this layout, I did not follow a sketch for this layout, but I feel like this layout is very Scrapbook Generations type layout. Scrapbook Generations is really known for their blockiness of their layouts, and that's what I love about Scrapbook Generations, is you really do get a lot of pattern paper on there as well as a lot of pictures, and I think that that's what Scrapbook Generations is about, is showcasing your photos first, but then still having pretty paper behind it. So I used my notebook punch to make this border, and I'm going to put that behind the red polka dot so that the notebook punch sticks out a little bit on the Happy Birthday paper. And I end up having a lot of photos, and I don't end up using them all. I just don't have enough space. Even though I did print them smaller, they're I have a couple 4x6s and then a couple 3x4s. I wish I would have done more 3x4s because I would have liked to put all of the photos on there. So this is my little one. He's asking what's going on. So we're singing Happy Birthday along with the words. And then he asked about Eli, which is obviously his cousin. So when you go to Disney, and it's your birthday, so you have to have your birthday button on, you can go to one of the stores that has the Slurpees, and they will make you a Mickey head Slurpee for free. So it's like a really small cup, but Eli loved it. He thought it was the coolest thing in the world to have a drink that had a Mickey head on top of it. So that's what that picture is off to the right now, with the blue and then the red Mickey on top of it. And then we also rode Test Track, and that was what he wanted to do. Was he wanted to go to Epcot and ride Test Track. He wanted to create a car for his birthday. So we did that, and then right outside of the Test Track, when you get off the ride, you can make a driver's license. So we did that as well. And then they have those photo booths where you can get your head superimposed on other things. So he wanted to look like from Star Wars. He wanted to be on that, which it's amazing. It doesn't look like him, I think, because they made him pull his hair back. So we've never really seen, his forehead is covered by his hair all the time. And then to change his hair completely, and it's you look at it and you're like, that's Eli, but not really. So they did a really good job. And then he got to sit in the cars outside of Test Track. They have the Chevrolet cars that you can sit in, and all the fancy cars and everything, and the trucks. And so he had to sit in all of them. And then we also rode Mission Space. Obviously we rode the less intense one since we had a little one with us, but he loved it. He thought it was the greatest thing in the world. So now that I have everything cut out and kind of where I want it, I'm tearing everything down, and then I'm going to place my photos back onto it. And I ended up using 2 pieces from the cut-aparts that look more like Polaroid pictures that say, "It's your birthday," and it just has balloons on it. So now I'm looking through the 6x6 paper pad, and I wanted something. I was actually looking for something smaller in a smaller pattern, but I found this blue ombre paper and I loved it. I thought it was perfect to put behind the photo of all of us by the Epcot ball. So I'm just using some fun foam on the photo with the Mickey drink, and then I put the happy birthday and the balloons down flat. And then I added this number 7 because with the 6x6 paper pad there was the hole that is there, so I wanted to cover that up with a number 7. And then I added this little tiny sticker that I'm able to journal on, because there wasn't really a whole lot to say to this. I mean, we celebrated his birthday at Epcot this year, and that was really the gist of what this layout's about. Then I realized that I needed to trim some off, and I hate that some scrapbook paper isn't true 12 by 12, and then you have to shave paper off of it. So that's what I'm doing. So this green paper I don't think is a true 12 by 12, but this amount that I had to take off was just so little. So I wanted to add one more thing that said happy birthday to you on this special day, because we actually did go to Epcot on his birthday. As pass holders, we're able to go to the parks and just experience it for a couple of days. I picked up this Heidi Swap gold color shine at Tuesday morning. I know that there's been a few people who have been looking for the color shine, so that's why I showed the SKU number, so that if you do have a Tuesday morning close to you, you can call them to see if they have this package. It is a small bottle of color shine, the gold color shine, but if you're running out or you're running low or you want to stock up, because they did have several of them at my Tuesday morning. So then I had this idea of using up some of my numbers from all of my different thickers and letter stickers and things like that, because I don't use numbers a whole lot, and so I always have these leftover numbers. So I thought that this was perfect, and I got the inspiration from, there's a paper in this layout, or in this paper pack, that has a bunch of numbers on it, and I was like, oh, that would be really cool, but I want it to all be 7, so that's when I pulled out my thickers. So I'm going to add the date to the bottom right hand side, and that is it for this layout. Thanks everyone for joining me. I really appreciate it. If you haven't done so already and you want to see more double page layouts, hit that subscribe button, because that's all I do on this channel. Thanks everyone for watching. If you enjoyed this video, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. Have a scrappy day, everyone.